pricing for profit is the single most valuable skill a business owner can learn on how to create some surplus in his business once and for all and get out of this endless cycle of going into debt and out of debt. Now, it's only 6 steps, so don't worry about the figures and everything just yet. And the 6 steps are worked as an exercise, up and down on the spreadsheet. So you don't just do it once and then say, I'm bankrupt or not. You go up and down until you can make your pricing work. Now, let's get into it. Step 1, get the total cost of your goods or services sold. In this example, we've got some material and labor, which would create a total cost for 1 unit sold of 25,000. Then we move on to step 2, create an estimated margin. So I'm just making it up. This is not to be confused with a profit margin. In this case, I'm saying 50% on top of my cost of goods, which will equal 37,000 Rand 500 selling price. Now, if we move on to this, we will get to the next step. Find the maximum gross sales income capacity per month if you were to sell out at 100%. Now, that's a mouthful, I know, but essentially what I'm doing is I'm saying if I sell at maximum capacity without having to employ more people, I can sell 30 of these in 1 month, meaning my total gross sales income will be 1.125 million. All right? So, usually people get this wrong. They end up, even if they sell out 100%, to still be broke. So, that's what we're trying to avoid here. Then we move on to step 4. Find the maximum net sales amount. So now from this, we want to subtract 2 figures, VAT as well as our average monthly returns, allowances, or discounts. Some people call it a churn as well. In this case, I used a 10% estimate for that. So I subtract that from my gross sales amount. That gives me my net sales amount. But at this point, I'm still not done because I don't know if I'm viable yet, guys. In this case, I'm saying my net sales amount, I add that here, and then I subtract my usual monthly fees like marketing, profit, reserves, operating expenses, payroll, etc. These are things I will have to subtract every month. If I subtract that and I am still in the green or in the surplus, I know I've got a viable pricing model on my hands. Now I can take that to market and test it. Now, there's 2 things you want to worry about when you test a price. Can you sell this thing or not? So if you can sell it, sell about 5 of them and then you can increase your margin. Increase until you can't sell it anymore. If you can't sell it, subtract some margin. So what would that look like in this example? You would go back up to your margin and you would, for example, add some margin. So let's say we can add a 60% margin. That would mean we make even more money and it's still viable. But what happens if we can't sell it at this 40,000 Rand price point or dollar price point? Then we would actually decrease our margin. So then we go and we say, okay, let's decrease to 40%. Are we then still viable? No, we're not even viable anymore. That means that would be too low. So then we would play around with this document, maybe make it 45% margin. Still broke, but not quite. Maybe 48%. Let's go look. Yes, we're viable. So in this example, the cheapest price we could sell for is a 48% margin, or in this case, 37,000 US dollars, or whatever figure you want to use for your own currency. This is how I would price. Now, if you want the spreadsheet, it's available in my community. Just click through, follow me, and then come join my community on Skool, where I will go into depth on a weekly basis, where I do workshops based on this kind of stuff. So it has been a pleasure to help you, and I hope to see you inside my community. Cheers for now.